Okay, we are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Today is
February 11th. In 2 days, this is my uncle Lester. He's like an uncle, like a father, like a brother, but he's a real good friend. And I know him since 1983. He's been a mentor to me. He put me in business in 83. He's been close to me. I've come down here. We're in Florida 15 years in a row to be with him for a couple of days or a week.
sometimes you came twice.
Right. There was once or a couple of times I came twice.
Yes.
In 2 days, on February 13th, he's going to be 100 years old. Congratulations. So, first of all, how does it feel to be 100?
I feel wonderful. I'm still alert. I still have all my marbles.
Right.
And I've had a very, very good life, and I'm still having a good life.
I can see that. Right?
I live one day at a time, and I don't worry about anything. I have a good relationship with my aides, 2 aides. And I have a companion named
Elaine.
Elaine,
Okay, Elaine.
and she's a very nice.
You were testing me on that. I know. Go ahead.
That's right.
Okay, I'm paying attention.
And ask the questions you'd like, Joey.
Well, when I first met you in Queens, New York, I walked into an office. I was introduced to you as the person in charge of all the money decisions, and I said, "Do you need a security system?" And you said, "I think we do. Sit down." So, since that day, it was the summer of 82, really. 82, because 83,
82?
83 I was in college, so I knew you before I went to college.
Yes.
So in 1982, I decided to go into a business on my own doing alarm systems, and he actually bought the Grandview Dairy building in Middle Village. So he told me, sit down and let's talk. And we talked, and I did the job. And then he gave me about 12 other jobs after that and got me going. So, since then, tell us about the businesses you've had over the years. Starting from, you said you were in the Navy.
I was in the Navy.
What year was that?
Oh, about 1945.
And what did you do in the Navy?
I was on a minesweeper. And
Pacific Ocean?
Yes.
During a war?
Certainly.
What war?
World War II.
Oh, okay.
And
How old were you?
then I was about 25.
Okay.
You know, it's hard to remember back, but it's there.
Right, okay.
And
There was big aircraft carrier boats. Big ones or the battleships?
I was on a minesweeper.
And what is that? Small?
180 feet.
That's not small.
It's smaller than the Navy.
Okay.
And I stayed on that minesweeper when Truman dropped the atomic bomb.
Oh.
We were close to Nagasaki.
You were?
Yeah.
Weren't you guys getting out of there when that bomb was coming? Or you were watching with binoculars?
No, we didn't see the bomb.
You didn't see the light in the sky?
No.
Oh.
We were a little far away. And we swept for mines
From the Japanese?
from the Japanese.
Right.
And
What did you do when you got them? You exploded them?
no, we had a sharpshooter that when we were far enough away, they detonated
Oh,
them.
wow, and it was all shrapnel?
All shrapnel.
Look, Diane is saying, hello, Lester, you look great.
I just received a compliment from Diane. And then we were in Nagasaki about 30 days.
That's a long way from home. And you lived in Rockaway Beach?
Yes.
That's a long way.
And then we got some duty escorting some ships to Vladivostok in Russia. And it was cold as hell. And they gave us special gear because as you went, the waves would come up and
Oh. Big waves?
freeze you. Yeah,
Yeah, wow.
and you know, it's ice.
Right.
But here I am today for my,
Wait. We're not going to go from the Navy minesweepers to today. You got to tell me, when did you own Hoffman Beverages?
oh,
Remember the big bottles of soda glass with a wooden crate?
my family owned Hoffman Beverage
And where were they located?
in Long Island City.
Oh yeah, near Pepsi.
Yeah, right next to Pepsi.
Oh, right next to Pepsi, and
The
their
water.
sign is still there. The building is gone, but they kept the sign
Yes.
as a landmark. Right. I think there's a park there now.
You're kidding.
Oh, they turned the whole neighborhood into high-rise buildings that you can't imagine.
I lived
Greenpoint and Long Island City is, you wouldn't recognize it.
I lived in Greenpoint for a number of years, and my family had the candy store in the area.
Where? What streets? A neighborhood candy store?
A neighborhood candy store where we sold newspapers and
Oh, okay.
stuff.
There was no such thing as newsstands yet.
No.
Okay.
And then from, I can't remember, and then I was actually in business with my brother-in-law and my father under the name of Liberty Syrup, and then we wound up selling Liberty.
But what is Liberty Syrup? It was syrup for soda systems?
Yes, for candy
And-
stores and lunch.
Oh, where they made egg creams and stuff like
Right.
that? And they made soda on the fountain.
That's right.
Okay. Was Coca-Cola and Pepsi big yet?
Yes, they
Well,
were always
Hires root
big.
beer was big too. Hires root beer,
Yes.
7-Up. But still, you brought tanks and the liquid, or you didn't do the tanks, you just did the syrup part?
We sold the tanks, which we bought from Coca-Cola.
Oh,
And after a few years, we changed from Coca-Cola to Pepsi-Cola.
right.
And we were with Pepsi for a few years. It was quite a bit of experience,
How many years did that last about?
about 3 years. And then we went back to Coca-Cola. You know, they were always fighting each other.
Right, they still are. Right, they
still are.
Right, they still. But they're
But they're
comfortable.
both wonderful companies, and they've grown quite a bit.
Yeah, worldwide.
And what they did was buy up other companies
Right.
to complement whatever they
Right.
did,
That's how they grow. Yeah, that's how they grow.
and that's part of the story of my life.
Okay, so after Liberty Syrup,
I worked in Hoffman.
your
And
family owned it.
My family owned it.
And you told me FDR put you out of business when the New Deal came, the unions.
The unions.
What year was that
We
about?
dealt with 11 unions, and let me tell you, they were tough.
They started, or it was a union place?
Well, we bought Hoffman Beverage from Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh. They were in Brooklyn?
No, Pabst. I don't know where.
Weren't they in Williamsburg along the coastline? Weren't there a whole lot of breweries in Brooklyn at the time?
No, never. To my knowledge.
No, my grandfather told me Brooklyn, and my uncle told me there was in Bushwick and Lower Ridgewood.
In Bushwick, you had a beer company, I think, a very famous beer company.
Yeah, Rheingold and Schaefer. Schaefer was down there.
Somebody was down there. I don't remember who.
Domino Sugar was there for years.
Yes.
Well, they're gone now. Okay.
It was quite an experience.
And you were living in Rockaway most of your life. Well, far Rockaway, you moved around?
In 1940, about 45, I married a lady, and then I went into the Navy,
Right.
and when I came back, my wife had MS,
Oh.
and eventually she died from it, and we had one daughter,
That was Jill.
Jill,
Right.
and Jill passed away when she was about 59 years old.
That was about 20 years ago?
No, it's not even 20 years
Oh,
ago.
no? Okay. Oh, I remember Jill. I mean,
It's about somewhere
No,
near
I think
10.
it is. She passed before Gloria, didn't she?
No, after Gloria.
Oh.
Gloria died in 2003.
3. Okay.
And, you know, Gloria and I got married after Jill passed away.
No. You were married already.
No, I'm mixed up.
Okay.
I married Gloria. Her husband
Passed.
got killed in an airplane crash
Right, in Long Island.
in Atlantic Beach.
Oh, Atlantic Beach, right.
He fell into water,
Okay.
and it took a few days to find him. I knew Gloria from Liberty Syrup. She was a customer of ours.
No, you said she worked there, behind the desk. You said she was a working woman. Oh, she was a customer?
Yes, first,
Oh.
when her husband was alive.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And in between that time, she had one child, Jody, which eventually, when I married Gloria, I adopted Jody.
Right.
And
Then you had 2 daughters at the time.
no, oh yes,
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
yes, there were two girls.
Right. Did they both live in Far Rockaway?
Yes,
In that house?
yes,
On Healy?
We had a house on Healy, 2537 Healy Avenue,
Right. Bayswater, they call it.
Bayswater.
Bayswater,
section.
right.
It's near Cedarhurst.
Right, near the 5 Towns border.
That's right.
Right, okay. Okay. Mott Street, or Mott Avenue.
Mott Avenue.
Right, Mott Avenue.
That's one of the main streets coming through Far Rockaway.
Okay. I remember you when you lived there. I worked on your alarm system there many times.
Right.
Since 1983, after I did the job for you in Queens, and you had me come to your house, your sister's house, your son-in-law's house, the son-in-law's mother's house, your friends, from people you recommended me. It said once, somewhere along the line, you sold alarms as a hobby with somebody. What was that all about?
Yeah, I forget his name.
What was he, for ADT or something?
No,
Private? Stanley? Not Stanley.
no, I can't remember his name. But I knew a little about, I learned a little about the alarm business.
Right.
And
Well, that's how you got involved, and when I said I was into alarm, you had some knowledge, and you did, and you asked me to come on in, and, we got interested. You
That's it.
set me up in business in 1983, before I went to college. You bought me business cards. You gave me a partner, which was Stephen Hout.
yeah,
You hooked them up with where we did jobs. You gave me an answering service. I
Yes.
remember when I was in school, in college, in between classes, I would go to a payphone in the hallway and call the answering services. Any phone calls for Joe, any messages for Joe Guarino, and I'd write them down. There was no beepers and no cell phones yet.
right. We
And you gave me some customers too.
yes,
A lot of the customers that you worked with were interested.
And you grew up.
And we continued from there. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Those were the good old days, Joe.
Well, this is the good old days too.
It got better as it went along.
Okay. So that brings us to today. You just showed me 2 or 3 years worth of blood tests, which are outstanding. How do you do it? Tell us what you eat on a daily basis, what you do, your lifestyle. When I first met you, you were smoking a cigar, but you didn't inhale it, right?
No.
Okay, these are some of the things that he takes. Some of my recommendation. This whole food vitamin C every day, 500 to 1,000 milligrams. This liposomal vitamin C, 1,200 milligrams. He eats peanut butter. He takes vitamin D3. He takes coconut oil on a daily basis. He eats fruits. He's got kiwis every day, pears, grapes, prunes every day. That's what keeps you moving.
Yep.
He takes his multiple vitamin. He sees his doctor regularly. His doctor is an open-minded doctor.
Mubarak.
Okay, and Mubarak, and he approves of all of this, which is rare because some doctors say this is garbage. But
I belong to Humana.
Humana is a
It's
Healthcare?
healthcare.
right.
And I have my primary doctor is Dr. Mubarak, and if I need any specialists,
He sends you right out.
he sends me to them. But fortunately, I don't need much
Specialty.
specialties. I'm going through physical therapy now, which I go to the Navy hospital,
The VA hospital.
the VA, once every 6 months. And
You know what? This might be live.
What?
Everybody's commenting. I wonder if this is live right now. There could be 100 people watching this right now if it's live. I'm not sure. I don't know what button I pressed. This could be live. I'm not sure. But go ahead. I'm sorry. VA hospital. You don't need much specialties,
No.
which is good.
And if I need anything, walkers, which I use,
I see you have walkers here.
yeah, the VA gives them to me. The VA to me has been very, very helpful.
And they're open-minded.
Yes.
So do the doctors treat you like a regular patient, or do they say to themselves, well, he's going to be 100, what the hell, no big deal,
I don't listen to anybody. I take one day at a time. I don't worry about anything.
Well, you listen to your doctors. I mean, they
I
do.
listen to the doctors.
That's Diane. We got a couple of people that are commenting. I don't know if they're commenting to me. I have to check it.
Well, anyway, I lived a beautiful life and a very happy one.
Right, and you always told me how you preserve your life. You lived in New York. You're successful with your businesses.
Yes.
You had this place in Florida for how many years?
30 years.
And before you lived here, you came down 2, 3, 4 times a year
Yes. And I had apartments.
in the neighborhood.
Yes.
They were co-ops.
Inverary.
Inverary, Florida, which is west of Fort Lauderdale Beach. Right,
And here I am today.
here we are.
What else would you like to know?
Okay,
son?
well, your famous line that you've been telling me since I know you is,
One day at a time.
there it is. And he has no affiliation with AA or NA or any 12-step program, but he lives one day at a time.
And I still drive.
He still drives. The doctor took him for a ride in his car and said, you passed.
That's right.
And the doctor said, go ahead, enjoy yourself. And he drives every day.
I've had a few setbacks, minor strokes and things.
Oh, you
like
did have a
that.
stroke? I didn't know it.
Yeah, I had a minor stroke.
Oh, a TIA.
TIA.
TIA, right. That is a minor stroke, right.
Yes, and
That's usually
when I
not
had the minor
permanent.
stroke, I was only in the hospital 2 days.
Okay. And then they monitor you and then let you go.
Yes, and I had to prove to them that I could go up and down the steps.
Right. Did they ask you questions too?
Yes.
To see who's the president and all that stuff?
Right.
Oh, speaking of the president, aren't you supposed to get a letter from the president because you turned 100 years old?
One of my grandsons notified Al Roker.
From the Weather Channel, CBS, NBC?
Yes.
He works for both channels. Okay.
And on February 13th, they're going to print me in as 100 years under Schmuckers.
With your picture?
Yeah.
On NBC?
On NBC,
On
yeah.
the news or a show?
On the news.
We have to watch that.
It used to be somebody else that used to show about 6 or 7 people that turned 100. And when he retired, Al Roker took it over.
Okay. Does he have a conversation with you? Does he come here?
No.
Does anybody come here?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm down here. I'm going to try to conduct and give you this birthday party. We're going to get hats, balloons. There might be a live band. There might be a clown. You might even get a stripper. You don't know. We'll see.
You can't bring them into.
Oh, we'll sneak her in. Don't worry. Yeah, we're going to have the party at his woman Elaine's. What do they call it?
Garden Plaza.
Yeah, but it's just a retirement
A
home,
retirement home. An independent retirement home.
and they live there in their own condominium or co-op or whatever.
You live in an apartment.
An apartment, right? It's ultra modern.
Yes.
Provides services and dinner
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
in a formal dining room.
And a formal dining room.
Formal dining room, right?
I did a deal with them, and I've been eating there, and I pay every
Monthly,
3 months,
every quarterly.
quarterly.
And you just give them, and then you
I give them a check.
Right, you give them a check, and then you're allowed to have dinner every night with your girlfriend and the ladies.
That's right.
It's mostly ladies in the place, isn't it?
Well, yes.
Because women are outnumbering the men, especially in age. I wonder why. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Well, it's not. Well, it's true, but I don't know exactly why. I'm seeking that answer, but I'm going to be an exception to that rule because my goal is to be playing the drums at 100. So if you can do it, I can do it. Right. And everybody watching can probably do it. You got to play your cards right. Tell them what else you have to do to preserve their life, to be healthy and continue on.
Just what I eat, I guess.
Mentally, what's the mental mindset of a person such as yourself going forward? Now you've reached 100, which is a goal. Are we shooting for 200?
No.
Oh, okay. There are some people that are.
I take one day at a time, Joe.
Right, okay. So,
If I'm lucky, I have another 3-5 years.
you don't know that.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows it. I was reading yesterday, a lady in France died at 126, and she smoked and drank every day.
Maybe that preserved her.
We don't know wine. They say maybe it's the resveratrol. That's a life-saving polyphenol in the red wine.
Well, I'm just a happy old man.
You don't smoke at all.
I don't smoke
Do you
at all.
drink once in a while?
A little wine.
Manischewitz?
Yes.
Red, right? Has to
Right.
be red. Okay, that's where the good stuff is.
Sweet wine.
Okay. All right. You don't eat. You gave up red meat for the most part.
Yes.
But growing up over the years, you were a red meat eater and pasta. What did you
Joey,
mainly eat?
I eat healthy,
Okay.
and I try to eat healthy.
And make better choices wherever possible. Eat eggs.
I'm practically the same weight as when I was 24 or 5
Oh, really?
in the Navy. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe 5 pounds difference.
Okay. Well, I remember when I first met you, you were a little more beefy and
Yes.
big. You were bigger.
Oh, I lost from living in the Rockaways, I'm about 30 pounds.
But you also had muscle too. I remember you carrying those big things and
Oh,
everything.
yeah.
And how many Cadillacs did you own? in your lifetime?
Can't remember the
Dozen? 2 dozen?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you ever have any other cars besides Cadillacs?
Once 98 Oldsmobile.
Okay. How about a Buick Electra 225?
I had it. I rented it recently about,
The brown
2
one?
years
The
old.
brown one? Yeah.
and it was a 3-year lease. And at the end of 3 years, I bought it for my nephew.
Okay. The same one? Oh, you had the best deal once you lease it.
Yes.
Okay, right. I understand it.
I think we paid $20,000 for it.
Right, and if they sold it to somebody else, they'd pay more.
Oh yes,
Because part of your lease got contributed towards that.
definitely.
Right, okay. That's a lease to own deal.
Yes, and he
right,
still owns
that's
it.
a good. Right, you see, why not? It's a good car. Well, GM only has GM, Chevy, and Buick. Pontiac is gone. Oldsmobile's gone. And
Recently, they got rid of the
Cadillac's going, I heard, is going down. Bye-bye.
no,
I
not
heard
Cadillac.
Cadillac might be going.
No, the Chevy. I forget the name.
Well, Chevy's still going strong.
They're getting rid of the Chevy. The top line of Chevy.
Of Chevys, okay. Oh, what do you mean, the higher numbers?
Yes.
The fast cars, the ones that they made, the muscle cars?
I don't know.
Because some of these companies do make these cars that, like Chrysler makes a Challenger. You get in, you step on it, it's 200 miles an hour.
Chevy is getting rid of their top car was Impala.
Oh, right.
Getting rid of the Impala.
What about the Caprice Classic? That's been gone for a while.
I don't keep up to it.
Chevy Nova, gone.
Yeah.
Chevy Nova's gone, yeah, Nova. My father and brother owned some Novas back in the day with stick shift and everything. It's fast. Okay, so 2 days is your party, and maybe we'll do one more interview. We're gonna tape the party, and we'll have the hats, the balloons. We won't put the stripper on a video.
No way.
And the live band, we'll have to keep them in the closet.
Quiet.
Yeah, we'll keep them quiet.
And where I have dinner, there are 5 other women,
Oh, at your table.
At
in
my table.
in the
and they're invited to my birthday party.
and what's their name and how old are they?
One
Just a
Pearl,
person. Pearl. How old is Pearl?
100 years
100?
and one.
101. Go ahead.
Sylvia
Right?
is going to be
100.
100.
Right. I remember her. That's 200 so far. Elaine is the young chick.
That's my lady friend.
She's only 90.
She's a baby.
She loves older men. That's
right.
Okay.
And
Who else?
there's another woman, Alice, that doesn't stop coughing.
Oh, that's not
She
good.
has a
She needs some vitamin C.
condition.
Okay, whatever.
And
Well, in between coughs, can you talk to her? Oh, it's really hard.
it's really hot.
Well, how old is she?
I would say she's about 80.
Oh, was she a heavy smoker her whole life? Or just a
I don't
condition?
know.
Oh, okay. Okay, is she going to be coughing at the party?
If she does,
That's okay, we'll help her out.
we'll
No,
put
no,
her
no.
on the end.
No,
somewhere.
we'll help her out. I'm sure she's a nice lady.
I think I've told you everything about my life.
Okay.
I enjoy telling it to you and with Joey here. And I wish everybody the best of luck and good health. Have
Okay.
a good evening.
And from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Lauderhill, this has been another one of my interviews. And Papa Lester,
Good luck.
good luck. Bye-bye. Okay.